Good afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Friday, November the 4th, 2015, and we're excited to have with us Jared and The Mill.
Rode south before the winter. I took shelter in your eyes. Pushed all the way to Brooklyn. Didn't ask for nothing but a place to spend the night. And I know that there's a reason why the rains keep rolling in. Creosote is blooming, the wrens are busy crooning, and the stock is turning in. They say, boy, you're looking skinny. Should you really go this hard? You're doing it for nothing. These risky miles you're trucking are crazy as they are far. Tell me about the moon that rises earlier up north. Through the hills where they sing in the early part of spring, where the road goes on forever like the pictures that we see. And are you lost, scared and tired when we can't see? Song that reminded you to me. They say, boy, you're looking skinny. Should you really go this hard? You're doing it for nothing. These risky miles you're trucking are crazy as they are far. But can you tell me about the moon that rises earlier up north? Through the hills where they sing in the early part of spring, where the road goes on forever like the pictures that we see. And are you lost, scared and tired when we can't see? 'Cause the sun will rise if the moon don't rip her from the sky. It's a hell in keeping hope, so we'll rest when we get home. When I'm strung out and far gone, and I feel all alone, and the winding of the river makes me wanna find my way back home. My way back home, 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 because I know it's not forever, 'cause I can only go so long. One day I'll get to dying, so the only thing worth trying is leaving you a song.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Jared and the Mill. What's up, dudes? Any sort of changing around or tuning up, you can take it away, now and go ahead and do that. Let's get into it though. In the mini doc that I watch, you guys are busking at one point. I'm curious, what's the frequency with which you do that? Like, do you do that very often, or is that just kind of a random moment that was captured?
We do it when time permits.
Yeah, sure.
Our tours have gotten pretty busy as of late, but like our first couple of tours, we hit it pretty hard. I'd say we did like 2 to 3 hours at least every other market.
Okay. Did you get like really lucky at any point? I mean, did you make a significant amount of money at any point, or is it usually just a couple dollars here and there?
We once were we were doing it in Santa Barbara, and we had like just finished, and we walked past this bar, and a guy saw us with all our instruments, ran out of his bar and said, "Hey, I'll give you $70 if you come in my bar right now and just play some songs."
Dude, that is awesome.
Wasn't his story that he had like just finished the papers for his divorce or something? And was,
I don't know.
like celebrating with his buddies, and just
forgot
gave us
that
like
part.
$200 or something.
So he just had
Crazy.
something to spend or wanted to do something elaborate.
Seems like he'd have less money to spend.
Yeah, seriously. After the finalization.
The thing is that like after we finished the first song, it's like, I'll give you $80 for another. And we're like, yeah.
You're like, wait, that's the rate right now? One
play
song
songs
for
all
$80?
night.
Yeah.
I think we walked away with like $200 from that.
Dude, that is so awesome,
pretty wild.
actually. What about any rivals? Have you ever like been busking and then you see another busking group?
We were in New Orleans recently.
Yeah.
And they have like, like they have busking laws for the city, but
Okay.
but then there's also like
Unwritten
rules with the other buskers that we were totally oblivious to.
Okay,
for the most part.
just because they have territory they've
Not-
staked
well,
out?
It's not nearly as like.
It's like a first come first serve
yeah.
thing. You
But
know?
it is a
Got it.
territory thing.
It's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, I'd say
territory
that there's-
thing.
there's
you play on
some,
the corners of the street, and like we play for this long, and then you go and play. and
Okay.
We had no idea. So, but they were very nice to us, which was good.
Yeah, they didn't like yell at
No.
you or anything.
Yeah.
They just
No
kind of let
knives
you
were
do your
drawn
thing.
or
Yeah,
They yelled a
no
little bit.
blades.
They yelled a little bit.
One guy yelled.
To be honest, we yelled at them
more
first.
more
we just
than
ran
they.
up to him and just started yelling.
You go aggressive
Yeah.
first, so
You
that
have to
any
posture.
aggression back. Yeah.
Like get really big.
Big, like a bear.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
scaring away a black bear. What about like when you're picking a spot? What's the ideal location? Like, do you consider where you're moving to? What do you say? Heavy foot traffic?
Yeah, heavy
Yeah,
foot
okay.
traffic.
It's about heavy foot traffic and being on a sidewalk that's wide enough for people to stop and listen and not feel like they're getting in the way of the foot traffic.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So you need enough space where you can still perform. And there's the. Do you do the guitar, like open guitar case, or do you have a box?
I think
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
mostly-
you kind of want to obstruct them a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause then they
Force
have
them
kind
to
of
get
slow
in.
down and
Right.
like, listen to you and not scoot past you real quick on
Yeah,
their way
yeah.
to dinner or whatever.
But you know,
wanna
you're not trying
bottleneck 'em.
to you're not trying to kill anybody either, so you want to give
Yeah.
them space to walk.
Yeah, exactly. Or annoy them too hard, I
Right.
guess,
Balance.
by being there. Yeah.
I'd say street volume is another issue we've run into.
What do you mean exactly?
Just like loud trucks or loud
Oh,
businesses
street
or-
volume. Okay, yeah. Or businesses that have a lot of music or something like that.
Yeah,
like playing
exactly.
nearby.
Or if there's like a lot of like glass buildings when a plane flies over. It's like,
Yeah, just echoes. Oh yeah, dude, good call.
My favorite's when it's mid-song and a dude comes by like really rocking with subwoofers in the back
Oh,
of his
yeah,
truck.
that's sick.
So
the
it's
best.
just nothing but bass for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll mistake that for you at some point.
I
you
hope
know,
so.
and then they'll like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Chuck
hope
goes
so.
hard.
do
Thank
go
you guys.
hard.
Thank you
It's
guys
true.
very much for coming out and performing for us for real. And you can go on your next one when you're ready.
Cool. I had a good time. I had a good time in the Carolina sunshine, miles away from my mind. And I had a swell week. I had a swell week in the sweltering Tennessee, where my thoughts can't follow me. So hold on, we're almost there. We'll never know where you can carry me that way. And if you're not scared, then don't be scared. When the long road calls you home,
Tell us not to go. Far from all you've ever known. They don't see the person inside us. We were built for greatness all along. When the long road comes, so hold on. We're almost there. We'll never know. Tell us not to go. Carry that weight. And if you're not scared, then don't be scared. It's so long. When the long road comes, so hold on. We're almost there. We'll never know. Tell us you can carry that weight. And if you're not scared, then don't be scared. It's so long. When the long road comes, so hold on. And the long road calls you home, far from all you've ever known.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Jared and the Mill. So a fan question was just submitted. What was your Kickstarter campaign experience like, and what do you think of the recent trend of crowdfunding in bands?
I think it's a really great way for fans to get involved in the career of the bands they love,
Sure.
and not just bands. Like it's some that people have made some really astounding, projects and devices and all sorts of things.
Yeah,
have been
outside of
created.
music, you mean just
via-
creative endeavors.
Yeah, via these crowdfunding, programs. So I think it's a really progressive and awesome way for people who are creative and have aspirations to achieve their dreams.
Sure. Others insight on that or agreeance overall?
Yeah, it really helped us kind of get off the ground when we first made our first record. I
Sure.
don't think there would have been a way that we would have been able to press it and release it and start touring without people sort of backing us on the back end. you
Yeah.
know? And so it really helped us, and that's my personal experience with it.
Sure. And in a way, you're allowing them to get in on the ground floor of your career, right? At the beginning, watching you grow and knowing that they invested kind of not before you mattered, but before you were doing significant things, I suppose,
Yeah.
and watching you grow and do more significant things.
They're able to feel a little bit of ownership in a good way, not like we were like people. They feel like they helped get you to where you are.
Yeah. Do you think that's important for you guys as fans of music, that you're involved in other careers, in musicians' careers or in bands' careers?
Yeah, I find myself giving to projects that I think are awesome, and if I don't think that they could get it off the ground otherwise, then I'll usually give. And I think I've seen some cool records happen because of that, and I feel connected to those records.
Right.
Yeah, I think I do it for the local music in Phoenix. If there's a band that I think is kind of cool but is having some trouble, say like Larry said, it's good to help them out.
Yeah.
And on the local scene, it's even better.
Sure. Are you guys fairly connected to the scene in Phoenix? Or I know you've been touring a fair amount, but
I would say, if we're being totally honest, we were more connected 2 years ago.
okay, sure, yeah,
Once you start touring, it's just hard to keep up with everyone and everything that's going on.
yeah,
It's kind of cool. We come back and it's like, oh, I've never heard of any of the bands on this bill. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a show and see a bunch of new music. It's pretty cool.
yeah, that is cool.
What's really cool is Phoenix is really starting to develop, more of an established scene rather than just a bunch of bands trying to find a place to play. There's a lot of really cool, small to mid-sized clubs popping
Okay.
up all over Phoenix.
Yeah.
And our buddy Charlie, he just opened up Valley Bar, and a dude named Psycho Steve opened up this place called
Rebel Lounge.
Rebel Lounge. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking Rogue Bar for some reason, but Rogue Bar is also a cool place. So it's it's really cool to see Phoenix come up as like a brick and mortar kind of scene, as opposed, like I said, to just a bunch of bands having to resort to house parties and stuff.
Right. Cool. Yeah,
Not that there's anything wrong with house parties.
No,
house parties are great.
House parties are rad, but there's something about having a music scene that's more vibrant than just somebody who owns a place who's saying, "Come play at my house,"
Absolutely,
and
yeah,
here's
absolutely.
beer or something like that.
And it's cool that it's all internal. You know, it's not exactly like the hip place to live yet
Sure,
or whatever. So
sure.
it's all the musicians and the fans that are making it happen. It's nothing else that's like pushing it but us. So
Right,
it's pretty cool.
collaboration in that
Yeah.
sense too. Sweet. Thanks for sharing, guys. You can roll into your next one when you're ready.
We get really passionate about our home.
Yeah, sweet. Hell. It's good.
Oh, tell her I'm lost, but that's alright. 'Cause after 20-something years, I can barely walk a line. Only messengers can tell her how I'm missing her tonight. If you're looking for her, she's right down the road. She'll be sitting on a swing in the sun, making stones turn to gold. Let her know that the family she knew keeps her locket and keys. Tell her everything is fine and she's missed like the winds miss the trees. And if you're searching for her, she's always shedding light. She's the one you can't miss, 'cause her smile makes the sun seem less bright. But if you find her, be still, tell her everything about the time you've killed. Let her know that the bad times will pass and I miss her like hell. And oh, tell her I'm lost, that's alright. 'Cause after 20-something years, I can barely walk a line. Only messengers can tell her how I'm missing her tonight. But if you're searching for her, you'll find it with her. But she'll ask for your trust, 'cause it's hard being shown how to learn. So let her know that the stars haven't moved, God, I hope they're the same. Tell her life could be worse, and I'm trying my best now to change. No, tell her I'm lost, that's alright. 'Cause after 20-something years, I can barely walk a line. Only messengers can tell her how I'm missing her tonight. It's after the dawn, oh, be sure you're alone. 'Cause she's the kind best enjoyed like a pool under cottonwoods and stones. So let her laugh wash you clean like the rains on the tilted window panes. Give her everything and more, and she'll give you the world in exchange. Oh, tell her I'm lost, that's alright. 'Cause after 20-something years, I can barely walk a line. Only messengers can tell her how I'm missing her tonight. Tell her everything is good, but I miss how her eyes would take me home. And tell her life is getting faster, and I miss the way she'd make you move so slow. And tell her I am still alive, and how I wish I was something I could boast. 'Cause I'm up in the sky now, and the stars haven't ever seemed this close. And oh, tell her I'm lost, but that's alright. 'Cause after 20-something years, I can barely
right down the road. She'll be sitting on a swing in the sun, making stones turn to gold.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Jared and the Mill. Would you mind sharing with me a little bit more about what attracts you to Phoenix so much? Does the physical space, like being from the desert, do you feel like that's important, whether to your sound or just like the people that you are? I have a buddy who spent a few years 3 years in Tucson, and he lives in Madison now, but he says that like the desert rat lifestyle's not gonna leave him. It's kind of like ingrained in him. I'm just curious if that's the case with you guys as well.
I think it's pretty ingrained in me. Like I've told several people, like at a certain point when I'm in a bunch of trees, I start to feel like a little uncomfortable because I can't, you can't like see anything, you know. And in Phoenix, you can like really, you can see tons of mountains all around you, and like you have a good bearing of where you are at like all times. So that is probably something I will always miss if I ever move out of Phoenix.
Sure.
I think it's like the language there too. Like we always joke about how places are called like Bloody Gulch and Scorpion Pass.
Okay.
The town of Bumblebee, Arizona, and you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know, that stuff gets in you as a kid. All that kind of outlawish, like
Yeah, it feels like a Western movie.
it gets in your head, and it's awesome. And there's also a huge, you know, obviously like Latin influence all over Arizona, which is cool too, especially for music. I don't know, it's like hard to explain, but and you just kind of get it when you live there. It's the desert, and it kind of affects you in a lot of ways. It's cool.
It's a very cool, like Mike was saying, it's a very cool like mashup of different cultures. You know, there's definitely like that Western spirit inside of everyone, and then you know there's like the South American and Mexican presence that kind of comes up from the South, which is awesome. Brings great food.
Yeah.
And you know, there's like
some of the Californian thing kind of makes its way over too, you know, a
Okay.
little bit of beach vibe, but like by the time you get there, it's not like as beachy.
Yeah. So you mean that sort of relaxed attitude? Or?
Yeah. It's a West Coast vibe for sure.
I like to say it has the hospitality of the South and like, you know, like that progressive spirit of California. kind of
okay.
thing. It's just like a very like cool bubble. The Southwest, you know, in general is just like a very cool bubble of culture where people are just like very relaxed and like very, very kind.
Yeah.
So
Others on that?
And you can carry a gun anywhere you want.
and shoot it in empty spaces wherever
you can
you
just
want.
shoot guns in the air, I guess.
Do you find that seeping its way into your songwriting? I mean, you know, there's definitely references.
The gun
but-
toting?
No, not that. Yes, toting guns. No,
Just for
no,
the
just
record, none of us are packing any heat right now.
at this point, no, no, just that lifestyle or that setting, that physical place.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's the whole like maybe not necessarily in the words, but in the writing of the song and like how it's composed and like how it sounds, like the soundscapes within the song, they're kind of like reminiscent of like the, you know, the wide open desert and like the very grandiose mountains that we have, and like the fact that you can just like see, for, like Josh was saying, for miles. And you know, I think we touched a little bit on the subject matter of just like, you know, I guess, you know, more recently, like in that tune, Home, I make references to like the creosote bush, which is something that only people from, you know, the Southwest
Would
will
get it.
Yeah, and which it's like it's this bush that secretes an oil when it rains that gives like the Arizona and like mid Arizona California desert this smell that, you know, it's something that
It's the best.
It-
You guys
it-
probably
yeah.
you guys
It's
don't freak
just
out
the
about rain
best.
here because it smells like dirt and wet grass.
Yeah.
Don't
But
they have
ozone.
like a $5 word for it? It's like petrichor or something like
yeah, it's
that.
petrichor.
Oh, nice.
Definitely a $5 word.
That's
Well, the petrichor is like it's the scent, like the regional scent that comes from rain.
Oh.
So like Chicago has a petrichor, Arizona.
Yeah.
I believe. I could sound like a
No.
complete doofus right
Well,
now.
it makes sense because I know a UK band's called Enemies, and the first track on their record is Petrichor. So it's probably not totally like stuck to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? Yeah. Sweet. Right on. All right, roll into your next one when you're ready, guys.
tight. Not a superstitious man, won't pretend to know why. Oh, you're taking me for a hostage with your eyes. I'm green as the sea and raised by waves in the dead of night. Sweet sand little thing, take me way too far. Coming clear across the wave like a compass star. Oh, show me the way, I wanna make it to the other side. Taking in angels grin with a beam of light. 'Cause if it's nothing more than how we might get along. Oh, I'm lost without your voice to keep me going on. So can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Sweet sand little thing, never wonder why. Never be another mark, never cut my time. In half, there's only so much a man like me can bear. So lay me down and save my soul, little breath of air. 'Cause if it's nothing more than how we might get along. Oh, I'm lost without your voice to keep me going on. So can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? My wild mind is strung out around the world. But they don't call it more than getting old. Oh, my crazy head won't let me be, and this is nothing more than hope. But I'm thinking you can make me whole again. Yeah, I'm thinking you can make me whole again. 'Cause if this is nothing more than how we might get along. Oh, I'm lost without your voice to keep me going on. So can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this? Can you keep me going on? Can you keep me going on like this?
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Jared and the Mill. Correction, that band is called Alarmist. Sorry, just in case they're watching. I screwed up. Enemies is also an awesome band. You guys can roll into your last one, and I will say that they're playing Chicago tomorrow night. It's a little bit later, 9:30 at the Beat Kitchen, so check it out. They're on tour all the way through the beginning of Christmas, and their older record, Western Expansion, is still out. You can get their newest one, Life We Chose, as well. So take it away when you're ready, boys.
Sure. I guess in the meantime, maybe Gabe, you should tell us what this song is about.
Whoa.
On the spot.
I didn't know we were going to do
the
this.
spot.
Dang,
Do
this
it.
is heavy. Okay, so here's a good one. Just this whole time, my headphones have been backwards, and so I like put them the other way, and then I was like, wait a minute, no, that's probably a bad idea if I've been doing backwards headphones this whole time to switch them back. They'd probably just screw me up real bad.
Right, regardless of whether they were wrong or right, you made them correct.
That's it.
That
They're-
direction.
They are right, yeah. So that's what the
They're
song's
right
about,
now.
you know? Making it right.
Cool. The song is called Young and Dumb.
Were we naive through it all? I'd like to think some parts of us were flawed. 'Cause broken records, skipping tracks can cause a scare we know, but the only
You've been watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Jared and The Mill. You can check them out on tour and get their music online. Thank you guys very much for performing for us.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew hooking it up, and viewers. Support the band by downloading or streaming the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks, and send a shot by social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
We love you.